General Hospital will reveal that against the gloomy backdrop of Port Charles, mysteries and upheavals constantly intertwine like unpredictable puzzle pieces, and once again, General Hospital leaves the audience in awe. For the past 5 years, Cyrus Renaud, the devious and ruthless villain portrayed by Jeff Kober, has spread chaos and tragedy everywhere. However, in a terrifying moment, amid gunshots and blood, Jocelyn unexpectedly shot Cyrus, ending the life of the man who had shaken the minds of countless fans. That dramatic death marked not only the end of a dark chapter but also the opening of an unfillable void. Only after the emotional storm of that loss, shocking news spread throughout Port Charles. After the tragic death of Cyrus Renaud, whose loss was still fresh, General Hospital's executive producer, Frank Valentini, officially confirmed that actor Sébastien Roche, who had left an indelible mark with his portrayal of the notorious villain Jerry, would return. This news struck fans like a bolt from the blue, as memories of Jerry, the character who had caused an uproar with his sinister actions, from the hostage crisis at Metro Court to the terrifying water contamination incident that shook the city, suddenly revived after being imprisoned since 2025. As Port Charles still immersed in the melancholy and unease following the traumatic events of the past, Jerry's return promises to ignite a new flame of drama. Not only is this the resurrection of a villainous icon, but it also represents a convergence of painful memories and hopes for an unexpected future. Amidst this, Frank Valentini, with his characteristic calm and authority, spoke, "We've always believed that in the world of Port Charles, anything is possible." Jerry's return is not only a bold turning point but also a promise of a new chapter filled with intense plot twists and unprecedented surprises. Get ready for the new storm because we've only just begun. That statement echoed like a bell signaling a new era, where the past and present blend, creating a complex portrait of fate, ambition, and betrayal. In this tense atmosphere, the audience was once again divided. Some praised Jerry's return as a confirmation of art and acting talent, while others feared the specter of the past would lead to unforeseen consequences. Jerry's story now promises to unfold many new chapters, with secrets and schemes being woven again, ensuring Port Charles would never truly be at peace. Just after the emotional storm from that loss, news about Jerry's return spread like a fresh breeze through Port Charles, sparking all sorts of conversations. After Cyrus Renaud's death in a blood-soaked explosion when he was shot by Jocelyn, the audience hadn't had time to reflect on the past when the unexpected news from the GH backstage shocked many. Executive producer Frank Valentini confirmed that actor Sébastien Roche, who had made an unforgettable impression with his role as Jerry, the villain who caused shockwaves from the Metro Court hostage situation to the water contamination incident that rocked the city, would officially return. Despite being incarcerated since 2025. In a recent interview, Sébastien Roche shared, "In Port Charles, where everything that seems gone comes alive every day, I believe that even though the past is just a memory, it is the inner conflicts and the complexity of Jerry's soul, despite all the countless crimes he committed, that keeps the audience hooked." His return is not just a revival, it's a bold move from GH, replacing the familiar figure of Cyrus with an old symbol, bringing with it a contradictory allure that evokes both joy and disappointment in fans. Sébastien Roche's statement seems to open a new, unexpected chapter in GH's history, where past and present intertwine, turning every moment into a continuously unfolding dramatic performance, ensuring Port Charles remains a place of captivating and unpredictable stories. Amidst the bustling atmosphere of Port Charles after unforgettable upheavals, news of Jerry's return has reignited an ongoing debate. After Cyrus Renaud's death in a bloody explosion when he was shot by Jocelyn, the memory of the intense moments with Cyrus still lingered, reminding everyone of the sacrifices and losses in the General Hospital world. But right after that emotional storm, another piece of unexpected information spread. Executive producer Frank Valentini confirmed that actor Sébastien Roche, who had made a lasting impact with his role as Jerry, would officially return, opening a new and surprising chapter. In this backdrop, not only was there the departure of Jeff Kober, who had been associated with the role of Cyrus for so long, but also the resurrection of Jerry, a villain who had shocked the city with his actions, from the hostage crisis at Metro Court to the devastating water contamination incident, even though he had been imprisoned since 2025. The ongoing comparisons between Kober's and Roche's acting abilities ignited strong emotions among fans. Some argued that Kober's departure was necessary for bringing fresh air to GH, while others couldn't forget the high-point scenes of Cyrus, especially his tragic end. In an exclusive interview, Sébastien Roche passionately shared his views. "I've always believed that even when the past is just painful memories, in Port Charles, where every moment has the potential to turn the impossible into the possible, I hope to portray a Jerry that's not just scary because of his crimes but full of inner conflict and complexity beneath the villainous exterior. That's what makes the character so captivating." His statement seems to open a new door, where past and present merge, creating a dramatic, artistic symphony. Every frame of Cyrus still echoes in fans' minds, but Jerry's return promises a fresh wind, a rebirth full of contradictions and irresistible allure. Amid the cheers, critiques, and sharp comparisons on social media forums, Port Charles once again confirms that in the world of General Hospital, everything is always changing, but the appeal of emotionally charged stories never fades. As GH's backstage continues to stir with new creative plans, directors and writers seem to be preparing a bold scheme, crafting unpredictable twists for Port Charles. They are transforming the past and present into brilliant puzzle pieces of a complex painting of conflict and destiny. From Cyrus's tragic stories to the unforgettable memories of Jerry, the villain who once shook the city with his sinister actions, from the Metro Court hostage situation to the horrific water contamination, everything seems to be coming together in a completely new way. The writers are not simply resurrecting Jerry's character, they also aim to make him a symbol of change, a living testament to the philosophy that anything can happen in Port Charles. Although Jerry's past is filled with countless crimes and mistakes, deep within it lies profound inner conflict, making him not only terrifying but also irresistibly compelling. In a private meeting backstage, the chief director spoke with palpable tension. "Let's remember, Port Charles is always a place where the limits are only temporary concepts. Jerry's return is not just the resurrection of a famous villain but also a statement that even in the darkness of the past, there is always the light of change and a second chance. Let the past meet the present and create a surprising new chapter for General Hospital." These words spark hope in the ability to break all the barriers of fate. They are nurturing the idea that Jerry, with his past full of sins yet also containing deep contradictions, will return in a completely unexpected form, opening a new chapter full of emotions and exciting plot twists that fans have never experienced before. The story is about to begin as a challenge to destiny, reminding everyone that in the world of Port Charles, everything can change in ways no one can predict. When the news of Jerry Jack's return was announced, forums and social media immediately exploded with countless comments from fans. The debate surrounding the unexpected replacement of two villains, Cyrus Renaud and Jerry Jacks, quickly became the hottest topic in the GH community. Some fans were thrilled with Sébastien Roche's return, while others expressed disappointment at having to say goodbye to Jeff Kober, who had created a devious and unpredictable Cyrus Renaud for the past 5 years. "Jerry Jacks is back. I can't believe it. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. No one can play a villain like Sébastien Roche. He's not just scary but has a strange allure that keeps the audience both hating him and unable to look away." A fan commented on Twitter. "I like Jerry, but Cyrus is a different kind of villain. Jeff Kober brought depth to the character, a villain that you absolutely hate but also has surprisingly human moments. GH made a mistake by letting him go." A loyal Cyrus fan expressed their disappointment. The debate didn't stop there, as some fans began comparing the acting styles of Sébastien Roche and Jeff Kober. Many praised Roche for his ability to portray a charming villain, dangerous yet always maintaining an air of mystery and allure. Meanwhile, Kober was noted for bringing a more psychological depth to his villain, a character with a complicated past, full of hurt, torn between trust and his ruthless instincts. Sébastien Roche is the perfect definition of a screen villain. He's sharp, dangerous, but never one-dimensional. I remember the thrill every time Jerry appeared. A Jerry fan enthusiastically shared. I don't think Jerry can replace Cyrus. Cobra took his character to new heights. He didn't need to show off, no elaborate schemes, just a cold look from Cyrus could send chills down your spine. Another fan rebutted. These comparisons continue to be a hot topic on GH forums, with many fans arguing that the two characters brought different nuances, and each actor had their own approach to portraying their villain. While Jerry was a sophisticated, classic dangerous con artist, Cyrus was a more internal villain, torn between faith and his brutal nature. Additionally, some viewers raised the question of whether Jerry's return could bring even more terrifying schemes. With Cyrus being shot dead by Jocelyn, could Jerry continue down his criminal path, or would he return with an entirely different purpose? One fan boldly speculated, does anyone remember Jerry had a complicated relationship with Alexis Davis? What if he returns with a plan targeting Alexis or those close to her? Amidst the contrasting views, one thing is certain, Jerry's return has sparked a fire of excitement in the GH fan community. No matter which side you're on, whether you love Cyrus or are waiting for Jerry, it's undeniable that General Hospital knows how to keep its audience hooked with unpredictable twists. In the dark atmosphere of Port Charles, after the emotional storm of Cyrus Renault's death, the city was immersed in memories and regrets of a tragic past. As the first light of dawn slowly broke through the dark clouds, the GH backlit became bustling with secret meetings of directors and writers, plotting bold schemes to intertwine the past and present in ways no one could have imagined. They decided to bring back the legendary villain, Jerry, the man who had once shaken the city with his hostage situations at Metro Court and the horrific water contamination, even though he had been imprisoned since 2025. In an impassioned interview, Sebastian Roche, who plays Jerry, shared his thoughts. In Port Charles, where everything that seems to be over always comes alive, I believe that every character has a chance to return and continue their story, no matter what their past was. I hope the audience will feel the contradictions, the deep emotions behind each step Jerry takes, and from there, find faith in the possibility of change. His words echoed like a voice from the past, reminding us that despite the crimes and mistakes, characters can be renewed for new, unexpected chapters. Not long after, as the light of dawn crept into the corners of the city, the sound of Jerry's footsteps echoed once more, as if the past had been called back to merge with the present. All eyes turned toward the familiar figure, the one who had made the audience both love and hate him, both terrified and fascinated. And now, as Jerry's footsteps echoed again, Port Charles seemed to gain new life. All eyes were on the character who had made the audience both love and hate, the emotions of excitement and regret blending, opening a new journey full of surprises, where the past wasn't just remembered but continued in ways no one could predict. Whether you are a loyal General Hospital fan or a newcomer, the upcoming episodes are sure to bring intense moments, overlapping schemes, and twists that will keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The return of Jerry Jacks, one of GH's most infamous villains, is opening a new chapter full of surprises, where the past and present intertwine to create a picture full of mysteries and dangers. Port Charles will never be peaceful, for Jerry's shadow promises to stir everything. What is his purpose for returning? Will he be an ally or an enemy? Who will be his next target? And who can stop the schemes he is secretly planning? Viewers will witness breathless confrontations, unexpected alliances, and shocks that completely changed the dynamics of GH. This is not just a replacement of one villain but an expansion of a dramatic story, where the line between good and evil becomes blurrier than ever.